Alone he stood, right in the middle of a black void where enemy sentinels set their sights on him. 4 hostile machines surrounded him, coming in from all corners of the darkened room. No place to run, huh? Great, he thought to himself. After all, it would be too bad if one of them got away. So he readied himself to do what needed to be done. Little did he know that this is where it all began. Witness the birth of legends here in Cosmecha. Mags knew what the mission was. Get to the objective and destroy anything that gets in his way.
Starting step: Initiative. When an encounter starts, players and enemies roll a d20 and add their mobility specs. Mags rolled a 10 plus 3 mobility and he gets a 13 total for initiative. The Sentinel drones rolled a 5 plus 0 mobility and their initiative total is 5. Encounters are then resolved in rounds, which are 6-second intervals comprised of several turns. Players and enemies take their turns in order of initiative, with the highest total initiative going first and the lowest going last. In cases of ties in initiative, the unit with the higher mobility goes first. Here, Mags had a higher total, so he acts first. Taking your turn. During your turn, you can spend energy to take actions. Mags chose the move action, which allows him to spend energy up to his mobility plus general specs. With a mobility of 3 and general of 3, Mags can spend up to 6 energy on the move action. He chooses to use 5 energy and gets to move the same number of distance units.
Mags exploded into action, swords gleaming, thrusters screaming as he charged one of the sentinels. While he blitzed one, the other 3 stirred and rumbled forward. The one in front of him lashed out with a fist.
Action chains. After a unit takes action, any other unit can take an action of their own, provided they have the energy and resources to do so. These actions are then resolved by the order in which they were chained. If any 2 or more units want to chain at the same time, the unit who is higher in initiative order or mobility spec chains first. The chain keeps going until no unit wishes to chain anymore. However, units cannot chain to themselves or use the same action more than once per action chain. After all actions in the chain is resolved, the unit whose turn it is can choose to pass the turn to the next one in initiative order or continue to act. Units can keep their turn going provided they have energy to do so, and the round only finishes when all units have expended all their energy or all have chosen to end the round. 3 of the sentinels chose to chain the move action by spending 1 energy each. These drones have a general of 1 and mobility of 0, so can only move 1 distance unit per action chain. The 4th one chained a slam attack. Attack actions. 1 sentinel chose the slam action, a melee attack using its fist to hit the target. It rolls to hit, then adds any bonus to the roll. With a roll of 11 and a +3 bonus to hit, the Sentinel's slam attack has a total of 14 to hit. We compare this total against the target's exposure class. If the attack's total to hit is equal to or greater than the target's EC, the attack hits. If lower, then it misses. The target can react by choosing to evade, defend, or use any other action that can react against attacks. Mags chooses to evade. His unit has a base EC of 13, and using evade for 0 energy, he adds only his mobility spec of 3 to it, for a total of 16 EC.
The cornered machine swung hard, but failed to land a hit. An opportunity that Mags made sure not to waste.
This time, Mags chooses the golden dual sword action. This action allows him to use this same action twice and even chain to himself, contrary to the rules of action chains. Certain items, equipment, and skills in the game allow you to perform feats that are against the general rules. In such cases, the specific rule always supersedes the general rules. Rolling a 19 and a +6 to hit, his total to hit for this attack is 25. Then, since he is equipped with golden dual swords on both hands, he uses its special function to chain one more attack for only 1 energy. He rolls a 12 for the second attack, +6 to hit, and his to hit total is 18. These sentinel drones have an EC of 11. His target chose not to react, so with a total to hit of 25 and 18, 2 of Mag's attack hits.
Mags struck back. 2 devastating slashes that completely eviscerated his opponent's life points.
Applying damage. Roll the indicated damage dice for attacks that hit, and add all bonuses indicated to get the total damage for an attack. For Mag's first attack, he rolls a 2. Adding a +2 and +3, his total is 7 slash damage on the first hit. His second roll is a 7. With the same bonuses, he deals a 12 total slash damage with the second attack. Those damage totals are then deducted from the target's hit protection points. These drones have 12 hit protection points, so taking 7 and 12 slashing damage reduces their HP to 0. Units not being piloted are destroyed when reduced to 0 hit protection points.
That was 1 less red dot appearing on his minimap, but there were still 3 that were closing in.
The remaining drones chain move actions again after Mags attacked.
Mags didn't have to finish off the remaining 3 to clear this mission, but since he had time, he wanted to. He blitzed another target as they continued to stomp towards him.
2 of the remaining drones move 1 slams for 1 energy each.
Mags dodged an attack soon as he got in range, then retaliated with 2 of his own.
He spends 3 energy for 2 attacks with his dual swords. He rolls twice and hits with both attacks. He deals 7 plus 13 for a total of 20 slash damage with both attacks.
Poor thing couldn't even react, for 2 swift slashes shredded it into pixelated rubble. Another foe fell, but before the smoke particles could settle, he heard the crackling energy gathering from one of the other remaining drones.
The enemy chained the plasma ray action, a ranged attack that deals heat damage on hit. It spends 2 energy to try and hit Mags from 5 distance units away, while its companion moves 1. Rolling an 11, then adding bonuses, it misses with a 12 to hit.
Mags destroyed 2 sentinels in just 1 turn, using only melee attacks, and did it all without even taking any damage. Then again, after having beaten the game for more than a couple hundred times, Such challenges were the only thing that kept the experience at least mildly entertaining for him. He even had plans on how to toy with the remaining two on the next turn, when suddenly, for a moment, he worried that his dusty old game station finally burned itself out. He didn't even notice that they had lost power throughout the house. Pretty hard to do when he always kept his lights closed whenever he was gaming. In fact, he only realized that there might have been a power outage in their area when he checked out the window and saw that the lights were out for at least his entire neighborhood. A sigh escaped him. Guess his no-hit all melee run of armored suits will have to wait till the power comes back up. But he didn't have to wait for long. About a minute later, the lights came flickering back on. Mags immediately reached for the remote, but before it could get back to gaming, he was startled by the flash of the TV screen. In his mind, he debated whether he did or not, even when he knew he had just grabbed the thing, and that his thumb was nowhere near the power button. Yet. Because at that point, he just wanted to switch it off, before the seemingly sentient screen could scare him any further. It didn't let him though, because soon after a broadcast played that stole his attention before he could do anything else. Eccentric billionaire Leon Mars. Of course Mags would recognize him. There wasn't a week that went by in recent years that didn't have him on crazy news like space travel, the next step, or investing in the future of finance. Mags sighed again, this time out of relief. It's just a filthy rich being filthy rich. It made sense to him that this widely impactful, albeit a little bit creepy event was another grand project by the Leon Mars. And he was one of the few people with reasonably enough wealth to pull off a crazy stunt like this. If only the rest of the broadcast remained just as sensible, then the world wouldn't have had to change that very night. It was.
Well, that's it. A sneak peek at Cosmecha, the Gundam-inspired / Mecha war game tabletop RPG hybrid that I'm currently working on. What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments if you want more videos like this or more gameplay kind of mechanical breakdown of the game. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.